life of Candace Owens, it works like this. I wake up, I stretch, I have a cup of coffee, and then I am served with a lawsuit. I think that's the morning routine, my friends. That is clearly my morning routine. It is so effortless. And today I have been sued by the first lady man of France. I want to be very clear here right at the top that this is obvious, very clear that it is an obvious and desperate public relations strategy. That's what this is. I will see you in court.
Saga continues. She's talking about it despite the lawsuit on her show yesterday. First couple of France, Emmanuel and Brigitte Macron, filed a defamation lawsuit against Candace Owens over her years-long campaign to prove that Brigitte is a man. So, Cenk, what's going on here?
I mean, look, this thing is mental. And so I reserve the right to agree with anyone, even if they're mental, on different issues. So Candace Owens has turned around in some remarkable way on the issue of Israel. And she's even explaining how Muslims aren't evil terrorists. And I can't believe it. I can't believe it. So it's another reason to dislike this current Israeli government, because they made me agree with Candace Owens. But when she gets to this stuff, mental, totally mental. Why is she obsessed with trying to prove that the first lady of France has a penis? I mean, it doesn't get any more mental than that. So I'm glad they're suing her. Okay, let's find out. And Candace says she's glad, good. Let's go to court and find out. We'll find out after all these years, is Candace onto it? Does she solve the case, right? There's a very easy way where the first lady can win. Okay. But anyway, go ahead.
She invited them on the show. So far, they did not take her up on that offer. But what is this all about? Well, in France, the presidential couple has for years been dogged by conspiracy theories that Brigitte was born a man named Jean-Michel Troganot, who supposedly then took the name Brigitte as a transgender woman. Jean-Michel Troganot is, in fact, Brigitte's brother. Very elaborate. Candace Owens insists otherwise, though. She went so far as to publish what she called an investigative series about how Brigitte was, in fact, a man. I mean, she could have, the sister and brother could come on the show together, and that too would solve this thing. She also alleges that the Macrons are secretly blood relatives and that they have extensive connections to pedophiles.
Oh, come on.
So now, but it's just getting deeper. They're going to be amending the lawsuit. So now the Macrons are suing her, demanding damages. 219-page complaint against Owens lays out extensive evidence that Brigitte Macron was born a woman. She's always been a woman. The couple's attorney has said the evidence, I was wondering about that, includes photos of a young Brigitte, a contemporaneous newspaper announcement of her birth, and the fact she gave birth to 3 children with her first husband. Lawsuit says Owens' claims have caused tremendous damage to the Macrons and have subjected them to a campaign of global humiliation, turning their lives into fodder for profit-driven lies. Their lawyer, Clare, also says that they've been trying to engage with Owens for years, but that she has refused to acknowledge the evidence they provided to her. Owens, too, as we said, not backing down. In a statement, a spokesperson for Owens said she's not shutting up and that the lawsuit amounts to a foreign government attacking the First Amendment rights of an American independent journalist. And in her defiant video responding to that lawsuit, she tried to tie her campaign against Brigitte Macron to the Epstein scandal and tried to paint herself as a martyr for the entire world.
You sent this lawsuit because you wanted to smear me, and it's not gonna work, okay? You've met your match. And in case you haven't checked what time it is, this is not the world that you grew up in. People are tired of this, okay? You're paying attention to what's happening with Epstein, what's going on here. We are revolting against this. We're revolting against the perverts that run the world. And I want to be very clear here. I count you among them. I think you're sick. I think you're disgusting. And I am fully prepared to take on this battle on behalf of the entire world, okay? That's what I'm gonna say. On behalf of the entire world, I will see you in court.
Cenk, is she a martyr? Is she really believing these things deeply, or is it good for business? I don't know what to believe when it comes to this story, but You tell me.
No, I don't know either. I mean, I don't know what goes through Candace Owens' head. I mean, where does she get this stuff from? Okay, so let's correct a couple of things on the record here. Number one, Candace, you're not doing it on behalf of the entire world. I am not interested in your heroic effort to prove that the First Lady of France has a penis. Not part of it, not interested in it, don't care, okay? And it's not true. Guys, she had 3 kids. Why is this still a conversation? Why is this a conversation? She had 3 kids. And then Candace says, I can't believe they're trying to smear me. After all you've said about them, you're the victim? In that case, you're the victim. Come on, man. And like pedophilia, like at least she's consistent on this, right? Because I was gonna say, I mean, there is a guy protecting pedophiles. His name is Donald Trump. But she's calling that out too, to be fair to her, right? But I don't know how the transgender first lady who had 3 kids has to do with pedophilia, but Candace has got it all figured out. But good news, you're gonna get to bring the chalkboard from Beautiful Mind to the court, and you're gonna see, and then the penis starts here and goes over there, and you're gonna get to prove it all. So you should be thrilled. Okay, I don't know why they make this crazy crap up, because it delegitimizes everything else they say. So I guess it's for attention. Like you gotta, like, hey, everybody's saying the same crazy stuff. Okay, I will wait, hold my beer. Okay, I think that and she comes up with this. It's the randomness of the accusation is kind of partly what makes it stand out so much and got Candace so much attention, right? So if we wanted to do likewise, I don't know what we would say. I don't know. We would say, you know what? I think Mike Johnson's a woman. I think he actually has a vagine. Well, given how much he's crumbled to Donald Trump and won't release the Epstein files, that's a better theory, but.
Can we not see the evidence on him? I will say this, I opt out too. She's not doing it on behalf of me, but these are people, including Candace, who do have loyal and growing and huge audiences. So people must care about this.
Yeah, I mean, because they get them to believe that there's, like, remember Pizzagate, and they were positive that kids were being abused in the basement of this pizza shop. Turns out the pizza shop doesn't even have a basement. Okay, they're like, oh, pizza's code for babies or molestation or something. No, it turns out pizza was code for pizza. People were literally ordering pizza. Okay, like, so when you want to see conspiracies, you can see oh yeah, and then somebody said they wanted a chocolate chip cookie. I wonder what that means. It probably means they wanted a chocolate chip cookie, right? There are actual easy, obvious conspiracies, like the conspiracy to cover up the Epstein files, the conspiracy to tell us that Lee Harvey Oswald shot JFK from Uranus. Okay, the conspiracies are kind of obvious, right? You don't have to go to the First Lady of France as genitals that don't match the ones she says she had. I mean, okay, but you know what? We too can play at this game, okay? But see, we never do this at the Young Turks. Maybe this is part of our problem, right? Like make up wild, outrageous things. Okay, I can outdo Candace. I think Steve Bannon is a female. Okay, but you know what? Like if we were the equivalent, we would really insist on it. We'd be like, no, Steve Bannon has female genitalia. And Donald Trump grabbed it once, and he did it without permission. But Steve Bannon was okay with it later. And just make up one thing after another after another. But you don't have to make up crap about Steve Bannon. He's already a bad enough guy. I don't have to make up anything. So it's so
People
frustrating.
It is, they get so invested in this. I sat next to an anchor who was deeply committed to Pizzagate. He hijacked the show one night. They fired him, we got a suit for $1 million, but he hijacked the show and put it out there. It's just, I said, what the hell's going on here? Okay, don't look at me. Hijacked it. And ended up having to settle that lawsuit from what I hear. But there are people who are willing to risk it all. They're that committed to these, and they don't want to hear about there's no basement. That's a side note, okay? They'll figure that out. This is what they are committed to.
Okay, guys, like you're trying to find pedophiles in non-existent basements and in the residence of the leaders of France. We know where the pedophiles were. They were on Epstein Island. So it's not complicated. And by the way, we figured that one out, all of us together. That one, the world is united. Epstein and his super rich and powerful men who went to Epstein Island raped young underage girls. We already know that. So both the Democratic and Republican administrations covered it up. You don't need an extra conspiracy. How about the giant one they actually did? So so that's why anything that goes beyond the obvious giant pedophilia conspiracy that the US government is covering up is just doing it for attention. They're not trying to solve what's really happening. They're saying, look at me, daddy, look at me. Give me all the attention. And so that's unfortunately what a lot of media is these days.
Sometimes you just want a pizza, and that's it. It was just a pizza. But when you're invested, you're invested.
Yeah. Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows. Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.